Today we're going to talk about Prabhupada's books, and I want to read you a little story, which you're going to find very interesting and very meaningful, and hopefully inspiring, so that you want to read Prabhupada's books more, so you understand more deeply where these books are coming from. This is a very interesting story. So Guru Das watched Srila Prabhupada laughing while Prabhupada was reading his Krishna book. And Guru Das said, "Prabhupada, you're laughing at your own books." And this is what Prabhupada said: "I did not write these books. Krishna wrote them. Krishna sat here." And Prabhupada pointed to his shoulder, said, "Krishna sat here." I'll say that again in case you weren't paying attention. Krishna sat here. He wrote them. Wow. We've often heard Prabhupada say, "I don't write these books, Krishna writes these books." But here, Prabhupada saying, Krishna sat on my shoulder and dictated these books. And we've heard other stories like this, where devotees were surprised that Prabhupada was reading his own books, and they'd say, no other author reads their own books. Well, maybe it's not entirely true, but in general, probably it's not common. And Prabhupada again said, "I did not write these books. Krishna wrote them. Krishna dictated what to say, and I just wrote them." We call that channeling. So you've probably thought, as I have, that it would be so amazing just to be with Krishna and talk to him, to hear what he has to say. Like, ask him, "What do you think about Donald Trump?" What would Krishna say? "What do you think about the way ISKCON's going?" What would Krishna say? "What do you think about this problem I have?" What do you think Krishna would say? "What do you think about the future of the world?" What do you think Krishna would say? Wouldn't that be nice? Haven't you ever thought like that? Well, Prabhupada's saying Krishna is speaking to him and he's writing it down. So when you're reading Prabhupada's purports, that's exactly what's happening. That's exciting. So you can think Krishna, like we think when we read them, "Oh, Prabhupada is speaking to me." Okay, yes, in one sense that's true. But based on what Prabhupada is saying here, it's actually Krishna who is speaking. So when you read Prabhupada's purports, you could think, well, right now I'm with Krishna, and Krishna is speaking to me through the Bhaktivedanta purports. He's speaking to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada is the scribe. Krishna is dictating, Prabhupada's the scribe. So Prabhupada's purports are Krishna's direct words. So now, if you've ever thought it would be nice to be able to speak with Krishna, well, now you know that's actually what's happening when you read Prabhupada's books. And I'll just end with a thought. For many years, I still do this often, but I used to do this more often. I would pose a question, and then I would go search through Prabhupada's books. Now that we have the database, it's much easier to answer that question, to see what Krishna says, what Prabhupada says about that. So as we all have many questions, we can search these questions, we can read what Prabhupada says, and then we can understand, oh, this is Krishna speaking. Now I'm going to end with something not related to books, but in some way related. It's a story that one of our godbrothers, Mahabhuti, tells, that he was with Prabhupada in Atlanta. So this is the 70s. And Prabhupada said something amazing. They were near Atlanta and they were looking at the city. And Prabhupada said, "This city is going to be finished. Everyone is going to leave. It'll only be occupied by the vigilante." It's like the city is going to be taken over by criminals. And everyone's going to leave. Prabhupada saw that. He saw that and he related that to devotees. Like Krishna is giving Prabhupada this vision. So Mahabhuti said, "You mean like in the future of Kali Yuga?" And Prabhupada said, "No, in your lifetime." That's amazing. Anyway, my point is that Krishna is speaking through Prabhupada. Krishna is giving Prabhupada vision, And when Prabhupada was asked, well, do you know everything? He said, no, the Guru is not omniscient, but I know everything I need to know. And we see often that Krishna gives Prabhupada insight into things that none of us have, that no one else has. Gives insight into where the world is going in the future and so forth. Krishna just gives it to him. So we can rejoice in the fact that we have a spiritual master who can represent Krishna's words so perfectly. I mean, where are you going to get that? Who has that? We're so fortunate. And that's all in Prabhupada's books. And that's why we should cherish and relish Prabhupada's books. Of course, his words as well in his conversations classes and in his on his morning walks. But specifically, Prabhupada's saying here, specifically, Krishna's sitting on my shoulder and he's telling me what to say. He's dictating. Hare Krishna.